It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 21st of February. I'm Michael Groff. It is cold out there this morning. Some of the coldest temperatures we've had around here in a while. And those below average readings will continue for the rest of the week and into the weekend. When's our next chance of rain? And what about some more active weather potentially coming in here next week? A lot going on. Let's talk about it. 60 degrees, the high in the valley yesterday after a morning low of 43. And outside right now here at this unnaturally early hour of 5:05 a.m., we've got mostly clear skies in the valley. We start this day out at 43 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 21, humidity 42%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning, 33 at Maricopa, 34 Buckeye, 35 Glendale, 37 Litchfield Park. Here in Arcadia, where I am, it's 36 degrees presently. These numbers may come down another couple of degrees before sunrise. Checking out the current 500 millibar chart across the country and talk about a high amplitude pattern. We have our cold trough out here in the west, but look at the 594 heat ring off the southeast coast. That's a summertime ridge, folks, and no doubt that's why the thermal gradient is so extreme across the country. Look at these numbers this morning. It's 20 degrees below zero right now in parts of Montana, 13 below in Aberdeen, South Dakota, but it's in the 70s along the Gulf Coast in parts of Florida, 73 in Tampa Bay. It's in the 60s in most of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, low 60s all the way up into upstate New York. It is warmer in places like Boston, Syracuse, Albany, Hartford, Connecticut than it is here in Phoenix at this hour. So it's going to be warm across at least the eastern third of the country and much of the southeast U.S. Check out these high temperatures I pulled off the NDFD. Anywhere you see a circle on this map, that means temperatures are expected to either tie or break a record today. 86 Tampa Bay, 84 Montgomery, Alabama, 81 Birmingham, 80s for much of the southeast, 70s up into the northeast, 71 for a forecast high today in Burlington, Vermont. It's still February, folks. These are numbers that they might see maybe in May or June. On the watch warning map, you can see the net result of that thermal contrast. Winter weather advisories from parts of North Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. Flash flood warnings in sections of southeast Oklahoma out ahead of that frontal boundary. And flash flood watches extend from East Texas all the way up into parts of Kentucky and Indiana. On the convective outlook, a marginal severe weather risk today, parts of East Texas and Louisiana, some of the adjacent areas there, and rainfall for us for the next 7 days coming from the WPC, maybe a few hundredths of an inch for us here in the valley, but overall, rainfall is expected to be pretty light and pretty sporadic, at least for the next week or so. But we'll talk about it all in more detail as we get out to the models and discuss. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the upper look at 500 millibars. That is a very high amplitude pattern. The old Omega block in full effect, a 594 heat ring off the southeast coast. There's our big trough out here in the west, another huge ridge over the northern Pacific. And down below that at the surface today, mostly sunny this morning, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon with highs getting into the low 60s, so around 10 degrees below average today. And then tonight with partly cloudy skies, lows mostly in the upper 30s in the cool spots, mid 40s in the mid-city. Tomorrow, partly sunny, highs again, low and middle 60s. Friday, another short wave rotates through the southern part of this mean trough out here in the west. So we'll have a slight chance of showers with broad southwest flow. Some Pacific moisture may try to come in here, but the overall atmospheric profile doesn't look that impressive, but decent dynamics, cold air aloft, so we'll call for at least a 20% chance of light showers off and on Friday. Otherwise, the day is partly sunny with high temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. Saturday, again, we're partly sunny with highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. Sunday morning, we could be down in the 30s in many spots, low 40s in the urban core, highs low and mid 60s. Upper 60s to around 70 potentially on Monday with partly sunny skies. And the same thing on Tuesday as another trough takes shape and takes aim on the west. Maybe a slight chance of rain and snow in northern Arizona. At this point, it looks dry, but we've seen a lot of different looks out here. There's not a whole lot of forecast confidence on any specific detail other than the fact that general troughing will be in place across most of the western states for the foreseeable future. Here's a week from today. This is Wednesday the 28th, and that still looks like troughing here across the west. The European is indicating a much more active and cool weather pattern than this. It's got highs down in the low and mid 50s next week. Not sure it's going to be that cold. For now, we'll say low to mid 60s with partly sunny skies. Here's Thursday. This is the 1st of March, the start of meteorological spring, and it'll feel anything like it with high temperatures still below average, likely in the mid and upper 60s. And partly sunny skies. This is the end of the forecast period, Friday the 2nd of March, and that looks cool and unsettled, maybe even stormy with showers, perhaps some thunderstorms. High temperatures mostly in the low and mid 60s and a good chance of rain, but this is 10 days out. A lot is likely to change between now and then. Let's check the temperatures coming off of the GFS ensemble through the period. We'll keep it below average all the way into early March before temperatures start to recover just a little bit beyond that potentially. And that's going to wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is going to come back here tomorrow morning, and if you like our videos, well, then be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there, stay warm, and have yourselves a great Wednesday.